So, you've probably heard about Starlink and its promise to bring internet pretty much anywhere on Earth. But how do you go from hearing about it to actually having it set up at your home, especially somewhere like Bangladesh? Well, today, we're going to dive into a guide from a company called Neoteric Digital that breaks down exactly how they handle a professional installation. If you've been curious about what it really takes to get this next-gen satellite internet up and running, you are in the right place.
Right off the bat, they hit you with this big, bold promise. This isn't just about getting online, you know? The idea they're selling is that you're plugging your home directly into a global tech revolution. It's a powerful way to start.
So, what does that next-gen promise actually look like in practice? Well, according to this guide, it's about getting what they claim is the fastest residential internet in the world. But honestly, the real game changer here is the reach. The idea that whether you're in a bustling city like Dhaka or a really remote village, you get the same access to high-speed internet for your work, for your family, for education, that's the core of it. Okay, first up, let's just quickly touch on the technology itself. What exactly are we talking about when we say Starlink?
So, at its heart, Starlink is this massive constellation of satellites orbiting the Earth, beaming down internet service. Now, the key phrase here, the one you really need to know, is low latency. Unlike that old school satellite internet that had that awful, frustrating delay, Starlink is built to be quick and responsive. We're talking fast enough for video calls, online gaming, streaming, all the stuff that needs a snappy connection.
This slide pretty much sums up all the big selling points. You've got those lightning-fast speeds, that responsive connection we just talked about, and of course, that incredible reach into places that have been left behind by traditional internet. It's not just an internet service. They really frame it as your ticket to joining a global tech movement. But here's the thing, and this is really the whole point of their guide, getting the Starlink kit is only half the story. The other half, the really crucial part, is the installation. And they don't beat around the bush, do they? This quote paints such a clear picture. It immediately makes you think about the difference between a quick, sloppy job and a proper, secure, professional setup. This right here is the problem they're saying they can solve for you. So what does their solution look like? Well, it's what they call their full support promise. And you can see it's way more than just a guy with a drill. They're talking about deploying the system, actually testing it to make sure you're getting the performance you paid for, training you on how to use it, and even providing aftercare. They're selling a complete service package here, and the goal, in their own words, is peace of mind and longevity. Now, this is a really, really important detail they bring up. They order the kit directly from Starlink, but they do it on your behalf, making sure it's properly registered in your name from day one. The guide really implies that this is a critical step to avoid major headaches with your account or with billing later on. Okay, so you're interested. How does this whole process actually work from start to finish? Well, Section 3 lays it all out, step by step. It's a pretty straightforward 6-step process. You start with a consultation, sending them some details and photos. Then you put down a deposit so they can get your kit ordered. After that, their team comes in and does the actual installation, which is followed by testing and a little training session. Once that's all done, you make the final payment, they hand it over, and you have the option for aftercare support if you ever need it. All right, let's get to the question that's on everyone's mind, the price. What is all of this going to cost? Section 4 is all about breaking that down. So, the guide gives you this number, 14,995 BDT, but you absolutely have to notice that little asterisk right next to it. This is super important. That's the starting price for the installation and deployment service. It's not the total cost of everything. And this table makes that breakdown crystal clear. Your base price covers the human element, the labor, the setup, the testing, the training. What you pay for separately is all the physical stuff, the Starlink hardware kit itself, any extra cables or mounts, and potentially travel fees if you're outside of Dhaka. So your total investment is going to be that base price plus the hardware and any of these other extras you might need. And to wrap things up, the guide closes with a pretty direct warning for anyone thinking about getting Starlink. I mean, look at this. They create a very clear contrast. On one side, you have what they call rogue, inexperienced installers. They might offer a cheaper price up front, but you're running the risk of major registration problems, billing issues, and maybe even costly equipment failures down the road. On the other side, they position their service as the secure, reliable choice. You get transparent pricing, full access to your account, and a proper installation that's built to last. It's all about worry-free, seamless connectivity.
And they finish with their tagline, which I think says a lot. Luxury living deserves limitless internet. This really frames their service as more than just a utility. It's being presented as a premium part of a modern, high-end lifestyle.
And that brings us right to the final question their guide wants you to think about.
and it's the one I'll leave you with. When you're talking about seamless long-term connectivity, is that peace of mind worth the price? That is the central question this entire guide is really asking.